Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics, Icarius. For too long, Optic has been the only New Adventures of He-Man representation in the Classics toy line. But now we can add our first Galactic Protector to the rank of the heroes. One quick thing to note is that starting with Icarius here, there is actually an advertisement on the back of the white mailer box for the Create a Character contest that Mattel is currently holding. More information on this contest can be found at www.mattycollector.com. Icarius comes in the standard Masters of the Universe Classics blister card, featuring the new Galactic Protector's logo sticker on the front. The back features a look at other figures released, and also a brand new bio for the character. Now for those wondering, yes, this character was actually commonly known as Flipshot in the original toy line. Icarius was actually a name used on releases of the original figure outside of the United States. Currently, Nerf actually holds the copyright on the name Flipshot, so Mattel opted to officially name this new figure Icarius. However, the bio on the back does mention that Flipshot is his nickname, which is a really nice touch. There's actually quite a bit going on with Flipshot here. His costume primarily features shades of blue and silver. He's got that really cool futuristic spaceman look going on, and actually has quite a bit of detail as well. The detailing on his chest armor, topped with the winged jetpack, helmet with movable visor, and even his finned boots all bring new depth to what seemed like a simple design of that vintage action figure. Oh, and by the way, while we're looking at the feet, check it out. No ankle pins. Alright, let's take a closer look at Flipshot. And yes, I called him Flipshot. Alright, so Flipshot's got a lot of cool pieces here. There's a lot going on with this figure, so I definitely wanted to show off all the cool stuff. First of all, you've got that jetpack, where like I showed you, it's got some articulation. It doesn't do a whole lot of good, because obviously it can't come forward all the way when he's wearing it, and it doesn't go back too far because of the little fins, but it does give you some options. You can kind of display it with the wings up a little bit, or you can have them straight out like they are in the vintage figure. There are two little rockets on either side, and both of those are removable, so you can actually just slide those right out. So it's kind of a cool option to have the little firing missiles if you want to do that. They don't actually fire off of there. Maybe if you no, I can't even press them hard enough to make them shoot off. They're really tight in there actually, so they don't really do that. So the missiles in there, though, I do think it's really cool that they're removable. And you kind of got the same thing going on with the wrist rocket launcher here. It's got the two missiles sitting on top that just unplug. There's two little pegs on the missiles, two little holes on the wrist guard, so you can just unplug them. Icarius can fire off his rockets from his wrist launcher. Very cool stuff. Alright, so all those pieces are removable like I showed. You can just pop those right off. He's got the visor on the helmet. The only thing, I do love this. I love that he's got a removable visor. It is real easy to pop off, so I would be careful with it. You don't want to lose it, because it doesn't really lock on too tight. It just kind of sits. It's got the little round nubs and the little holes, so it just kind of sits in the little holes. But it works really well. It's a very cool little piece. So then we've got the armor. And the armor is removable. You've got the pegs on either side here, similar to what we've seen with other figures. So you can actually just pop that off. And his armor is actually a really, really soft material. It's kind of a softer, squishier, rubbery material. So that's actually kind of nice. It's not like hard, but it's not as, it's softer than, say, like Hordak. It's very similar to the Hordak because it fastens the same way, but it feels a lot more soft than some of the stuff we've seen before. So I think this is kind of Mattel going in that direction of making the things a little softer to allow for a little bit better articulation on the figures. Because we kind of have the same thing going on with the loincloth here. He's got a same design as somebody like Bo. It actually does go all the way through and it attaches on the bottom, but it is made of a much softer material. So it doesn't really seem to hinder his articulation at all. You can see that you can do the splits. Icarius can do the splits. You can get forward-backward movement with his legs. I mean, he's got a very wide range of motion. You don't have to worry about the loincloth piece hindering his articulation at all. And, of course, I didn't mention already, he's got the new ankle joints, so there's no peg showing, and the ankles do have a nice tight feel to them, so they seem to lock in place pretty well and give yourself a pretty well-balanced figure all around. So there you go.
As shown, Flipshot has a few accessories. The rocket launcher piece attaches to his arm and is actually designed in such a way where it covers his arm entirely, all the way up to his shoulder, acting almost like an armor piece as well. Then we've got the winged jetpack. This piece has a small square plug that fits snugly onto the figure's back. The wings are movable, though as mentioned, the fins on the bottom actually prevent it from moving too much while it's on the figure's back. Now, the vintage action figure actually included a removable helmet. This figure includes 2 heads, so that you can display him however you wish. You've got the helmeted head with the movable visor. This here was actually not a feature on the vintage figure, but is an incredibly cool addition by the Horseman. Then we've got the unmasked head, which many folks have already pointed out. Yes, it's kind of a striking resemblance to Val Kilmer. I'll refrain from making any Top Gun jokes. Alright guys, it's comparison time! Here's Icarius standing alongside the vintage Flipshot action figure. Looking at these two side by side, it's pretty remarkable to see how the Horsemen were able to take the basic design of that figure, up the detail, and at the same time make him look as though he fits more in line with the rest of the Masters of the Universe characters. Icarius is easily one of my favorites of recent figures. I know that New Adventures always has a harder time getting approval from fans of Masters, but I honestly think that just like with Optic before him, Flipshot here will honestly end up being a surprise favorite. Or if not a favorite, at least recognized for being a great figure. The 4 Horsemen once again did an amazing job making this character look like he belongs with the Eternian crowd, despite his more futuristic, spacey look. Icarius will be available October 2011 and is part of the Eternian Collectors Club subscription. Until next time,